Local artists are back in the spotlight as MMR and Bounce Promotions get vocal about local. We are throwing the light on talented Bay musician Iravering, aka Trent Harrington today, who has been writing his own music since he was 12 years old. His music is melodic and guitar driven and infused with a bass line, sometimes even trap beats. Welcome Iravering, thank you for joining me in studio today. You started creating and writing at a very young age. Is
Yes.
your family musical, or what inspired you to start playing and making music?
No, my family is like brainless when it comes to music, and so am I. It was just something that spoke to me, and deciding to get into a studio and record was so foreign until about 2 years ago. Like, it didn't even cross my plane of thinking to step into a studio until it got suggested to me, like I said, 2 years ago, and here we are.
Oh, that's awesome, man. Tell me, Iravering is it's an interesting name. What does it mean? Where does it come from?
Well, basically, when I made the name, I thought, okay, what's like the stupidest name I can think of? And then if people still stick around and listen to the music, I genuinely know it's because they like the music and not because, maybe they like me as a friend or something. And vice versa cool. With disliking.
That's awesome. I dig that.
And I just also, besides that, I just like the way, I know it's difficult to remember, but just the way you can say the word Iravering. It's quite a cool word to say for me.
Yeah.
So.
Once you get it, it's also kind of like solidified. Like, now I've got it, I kind of struggled with it earlier before you got here. I was like, Iravering. Now I've got it. It's in my brain. I'll never forget it now. I'm going to check it out.
Thank you, sir.
Listen, I saw a quote saying your favorite place in the world is when you're creating melodies in studio. So can you describe your creative process when you write new music?
Yeah, well, I always have to be writing music. Most of my equipment at the moment is in like a studio, which is at my workplace. So I pretty much make sure I can stay at work as late as I can, and I just sit and play and write. And then after that, I get home and I start to get like agitated if I'm not doing something. But nowadays, when I record songs, I don't really like to go in too prepared with the music. So once I'm in the studio and the mic's in front of me, that's when I like to write the lyrics to the song. I will have an idea for the melodies and the guitar beforehand, like a very good idea, but I don't cement and solidify the idea until I'm in the studio.
Yeah, I know that vibe.
Wow, man, that's fantastic, man. I'd rather stick to Trent Harrington than the
Iravering.
It's like I'm struggling.
I get you, sir.
You know what? One of your latest tracks to be released this year is called Open Road Romance. Now tell us, is this song about a special someone maybe in your life? Or maybe what is the tune about?
Okay, so basically what happened with this one is I nearly...
Look at the smile. It speaks volumes, man.
No, so there's this dude that lives where, he was living where I'm staying.
Yeah.
And he's into this girl that also lives there. And she's not my type, but when I'm in gym and she's at the gym, we chat, obviously. Just as friends. And this guy was like super insecure and he thought I was after his girl. And I wasn't. And I made that pretty clear. And then a couple of weeks later, like something so small happened. And this dude like blew his lid. And unfortunately, where I'm staying, if you get into some kind of physical altercation, you will be asked to leave.
Sure.
So I was like, no chance am I going to risk losing my place.
Yeah.
And I had to do something with that energy because I was really resentful and angry. So I said, okay, let me put it in the song.
Yeah.
And then the rest of the song is really just about me reflecting on like how simple my childhood days were, as opposed to now, like how complicated things are, like with emotions and this dude's after my girl. Like it was so childish, you know what I'm saying?
Sure.
So it was really just like me venting my frustration out.
That makes sense. I know that vibe.
Well, let's jump into a song, man. Let's just hear it.
So here is Trent Harrington or Iravering with, I think it's called, you said Romance, not Open Romance. So actually Romance by Iravering.
It's been a long road, I ain't got far to go. I know I'm young, but I feel like I'm so old. I miss the days when we had friends, my bike, and all the open road. And we can be them, or we can pretend we got no secrets. So while the defense, there's a boy I know that has got no soul. Yeah, he likes the girl that's into me still. It's been a long road, I ain't got far to go. I know I'm young, but I feel like I'm so old. I miss the days when we had no funerals, just my friends, my bike, and all the open road. It's been a long road, I ain't got far to go. I know I'm young, but I feel like I'm so old. I miss the days when we had no funerals, just my friends, my bike, and all the open road. There's a boy I know that has got no soul. Yeah, he likes the girl that's into me still.
That is an awesome song, man. I really enjoyed that.
And that song is thanks to Daniel Foree, Frevo, and This Land Is.
Who we'll be having up very shortly too, actually. Tell me, man, what else are you working on now, and what is next for you? Yeah?
At the moment, I've got 2 or 3 songs waiting for production. So
Similar vibe, or?
yeah, very, very similar vibe.
That's awesome,
I
man.
normally stick with the guitar and the trap.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, after that, I'm not sure. I obviously want to get going live as soon as I can, but something in my gut is just saying, stay in the studio and just release maybe 3 or 4 more songs. Once we've done that, let me try and get out
You'll
there
have a
live.
set list by that time. You'll have enough songs to actually put together a set list. So it's a good plan.
That is,
I'm on
man.
board with that.
That, and also because obviously with this COVID thing, you worried,
yeah.
like, am I going out too soon? You know,
Yeah.
are people going to frown on me? So it's a bit weird.
There's a lot of nuance to that whole thing. That's an entirely different conversation.
Yeah.
But now again, I'm kind of like keen, man. You know what? There is that one thing that one performance that really stands out. So I want us just to tell you about your favorite performance in your career.
Okay. Well, so I only started releasing music as Iravering from when COVID had already started.
Sure.
So I haven't done any sets as Iravering yet.
Mm-hmm.
But just before it happened, this was quite a crazy experience for me.
Sure.
I've always been that guy, when I open my mouth to sing, people are like, gee, someone should tell that guy not to sing. You know what I'm saying? So I remember we out the one night, I'm with one of my friends having dinner, and she'd been listening to me play guitar for quite a long time, because I just sit there in my room and that's what I do in my free time. And I'd been playing the song, and she was like, you know, that's really cool. So we're out, and there's this guy there playing his guitar. He's doing a set. His name was Emil. I can't remember his surname.
Emil
I just remember.
Naidu.
Yes, Emil
Awesome
Naidu.
guy. I love him.
So he's
Great
doing
guy.
a set,
Yeah.
and then and we're eating dinner, and she's just harping on about, I need to ask this guy to play the song. And I said, it doesn't work like that. This dude's doing his own set. He's going to get angry with me if
Yeah.
I just come in and
Best.
barge in. But she's like, she wouldn't have any of it. And I realized, like, I'm not going to enjoy my dinner anymore if she keeps on, you know, going on like this. So I very ashamedly walk up to Emil, and I'm like, look, dude, I got a friend here, and she's just like on my case. Do you mind if I just play like a song just so I can enjoy the rest of my evening, please? And I was scared. I was like, you know, geez, these people are going to like clap to get me off the stage once I'm
Nah,
done.
not the case, man.
So I get up there and I play this song, and for me it was a beautiful song. I loved it, and this was in like 2018, and that was the very first time I got up on a stage and I played something. And
Wow.
I think there were about 20 people there, but it was the first time I played something.
Takes
And
guts.
once the song had finished, people actually they stopped talking. They were listening and they clapped, like they enjoyed it.
That's awesome.
And I couldn't believe that. You know what I'm saying? I'd done sets before that,
Sure.
Yeah.
but just for the first time, like people actually liked it, and I was like, this is pretty cool. I loved that. It was just this moment of like complete serenity. I wasn't thinking about the people. There wasn't noise around me. It was just like I was standing in this calmness, and nothing else was in my head except that song.
That's awesome.
Wow. That's
cool,
big
man.
ups to you, man.
Nicely said, by the way.
Nicely said, yeah.
All right, so up next we're going to jam another one of your tracks here on MMR. This one's called Red Taz, I believe. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Red Taz. We'll chat about it afterwards. Here is Iravering or Trent Harrington with Red Taz.
Dude.
Trying to react, glad that's what has been your plan, and I'm so damn sad that my Taz has just been snatched. It's red, mostly low on gas, and as I lines to hide what's inside. Alone and unknown in a world I don't know. It's a show, yeah, I know, and I'm trying to unroll. I'm kind of in disguise, but I would like to change my mind. I stepped back, how you in my head, and I'm not relaxed. In fact, I'm quite a mess, and it's like a trap has just been set round every turn that I seem to get, so I try stick to my left while my right way goes back to the bridge. Alone and unknown in a world I don't know. It's a show, yeah, I know, and I'm trying to unroll. I'm kind of in disguise, but I would like to change my mind. I'm so sad, can I just go back like Ashton did in the butterfly effect?
Another awesome tune there, man. That is awesome, Trent.
Thank you, Roscoe.
Great jam.
Yeah, it reminds me a bit of what's that guy's name? Blue October. Have you heard of Blue October?
Yes, sir.
He's like more acoustic-y kind of, bluesy stuff. That's what it reminds me of. I love that vibe, man.
And I have to say, though, that I'm so inspired that I'm going to record myself a single.
Also, yeah.
You guys don't even need to have music in the background. Your voices are so good. You don't even need to have a guitar, and people will buy the album.
Stop it. Get off air, man. Listen, you must have really been attached to the car. I'm assuming it's about a car. It's called Red Taz. So what
Yes.
happened? Did it get stolen? And if so, how? Like, what happened, bro?
Actually, funny enough, that was the first song I ever took into a studio. I had about, I think, 500 songs to choose from. And I was like, I need to take one in that I can record. I had $600 to my name. So I had 3 hours in the studio.
Yeah.
And I was like, I was so nervous because I only had this $600. And I was like, I have to nail this thing first time.
Well, it came out good.
So thank you. So when I got to the studio the night before, the lyrics I had prepared, that for some reason they just weren't working like I wanted them to. So the night before I go into the studio, I'm like, I don't care what words I write. It's just going to be random stuff. And I just threw a whole bunch of thoughts and feelings into one thing. And yes, my Taz was stolen. But
Jeez,
there's not one kind of dominant theme. It's just a whole bunch of things
Yeah.
put together.
But that's always kind of like a, kind of a downer when that
that's
kind of
really
stuff
something
happens,
sad, man. But anyway, again, I'm keen in knowing who is your ideal muso to collaborate with and why. Is it maybe Roscoe? Just checking.
Thanks, man. Thank you for the plug, bro.
Well, speaking of which, locally speaking,
Yeah.
my producer, who you're going to be interviewing next,
Yeah,
who
Dan.
is the best dude ever, the best guy ever, Daniel Fourie. He's got his own band, and I have been thinking for a while. I haven't even discussed it with him. We haven't said anything, but just listening to their style and stuff, something in my head says, well, something's going to have to happen at some point because we work a lot together, or I work with him a lot. So I mean, I think that locally speaking, but then internationally speaking, for some reason, don't ask me why, but the way Jack Harlow sings and raps, I just feel like it would go really well with the style of music I make. And I don't know the dude from a bar of soap, but just the way he sings and raps, it's really cool, and I really vibe with it, especially on his song like Ghost. What's Popping was a bit too overplayed for me, but Ghost, I just heard that and I said, damn, if I could get this guy to sing over one of my tracks, I would be like...
Yeah. 3 things, man. If you can dream it, believe in it, it will come to fruition. That's all I can tell you.
Thank you very much,
There you go.
Tasco.
We have one more question, actually. So what are the difficulties musicians face? Please excuse my pronunciation, Tesco, don't judge me. In Gqeberha, was that correct, bro?
In Kabzaro. How's that?
Oh, wait. So what are the difficulties musicians face in our hometown? Has it been hard to break into the national music scene from the Bay?
No, I haven't experienced any difficulties as such. It's just, for me, it's always just a case of, what am I doing? And if it's not writing music, then why am I doing it? Like, obviously, if I'm at work, okay, I have to make money. So that's why I'm not writing music. But anything thereafter, if I'm not writing, I'm pretty quick just to get it, out of my life as far as I can, so I can focus more on the music. So in a way, I'm a very selfish guy in that regard.
Nothing wrong with that. Sounds healthy.
But I would say my biggest setback has been, because this music, it's been something which I've wanted to pay for everything myself. Like the studio sessions, if I buy a beat, I'm paying for it myself. I haven't asked, my parents to chip in, and one person has been kind enough that they were just like, listen, I've heard your tracks. Yeah, you are taking this microphone and you're having it. But for me, that's been the biggest challenge, because obviously to record music, it is very expensive. So it's just kind of getting the bucks together. How am I going to do it? Okay, cool. Let's get the beat. Let's sing, put it out there, and then redo or repeat.
Very healthy
Fantastic,
level
man.
of independence there. That's awesome, man. That's something to be proud of.
Shocking.
Listen, Iravering Trent, it was amazing chatting to you today. Thank you for joining me in studio.
Thank you very much, and you guys are just as cool.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
No,
you guys are actually cooler.
No, you're the cool one.
Please download his tracks from Spotify, SoundCloud, Apple Music. Where else are you? Anywhere else?
Yeah, iTunes, all the platforms, and the way you spell the name, please listen very carefully because people get confused. It's Iravering. Iravering.
There you go.
Yeah, baby.
Awesome, man. Thank you so much, dude. Hopefully check you around. We'll see you again soon, man.
Thank you, Roscoe. Thank you, Tasco.
Cheers, buddy.
Thanks, man.